It was the 23rd century, mankind's darkest hour.
Heart rate and respiration nominal. Life support online. Initiating cryogenic freezing. Commencing pod lockdown.
For almost 100 years. We had been fighting for so long, no one could remember the reason why it all started in the first place. All we knew is that there were two sides, the Coalition and the Alliance. For decades, millions died for the same piece of rock, again and again. Finally, one side managed to gain the upper hand, the Coalition. Desperation, the Alliance launched 5 sleeper ships. The hope was for them to begin again, far from the war and strife that had befallen Earth, to start free from the prejudices that had divided us for so long. Each sleeper ship was christened after its patron nation. The Britonia, the Rhineland, the Hispania, the Khazari, the Liberty. Against all odds, the colony ships broke through the Coalition blockade and headed for the Sirius system. That was 800 years ago, when we came here to rebuild our lives. We've come a long way since then. We have grown, we have prospered, we have flourished. But we will never forget.
Hello, and welcome to Night in Games. Today we're going to be starting a new series. It's a series that'll be running in parallel to the other ones I've already got going. But this one is one of my absolute favorite games. It's Freelancer. It came out maybe 13 years ago, I think. And it's sort of a space-based fighter combat game, but it's also got some economy-based stuff where you can trade goods and lots of exploration. But besides all that, it's also got an amazing storyline. It's got great voice actors, like Rhys-Davies does a voice in this. George Takei does a voice. I can't remember her name right now. I feel terrible, but Femshep shows up in this, and so does Tony J, who maybe people don't know, but you've definitely heard his voice before. And yeah, this is one of my absolute favorite games of all time. It's an amazing game. Hopefully, that little intro video there sort of answered a lot of the questions. We're in the Sirius sector of the galaxy in distant future, where mankind has been given sort of a second chance to escape from war. And And this is sort of where it starts off. We play as a character called Edison Trent, who is a freelancer himself. He's a freelance pilot and trader. And the whole story sort of kicks off right here at Freeport 7.
Roger that. All systems show green. SA-14, you're cleared for departure.
Acknowledge, Freeport 7. We'll see you in about 2 weeks.
SA-14, we're picking up unknown contacts on long-range sensors. We're dispatching a fighter wing to escort you out of the system. Godspeed.
Navy Command, this is Freeport 7. We're picking up some strange readings on the long-range sensors.
Alert! Unknown ships have breached the defense perimeter. Man all stations!
And there goes Freeport 7. We, as Edison Trent, were here trying to make some money. We had a deal going on for some cargo. When we were attacked, the station was destroyed.
President Jun'ko has asked the LSF to investigate the sudden destruction of Freeport 7. No word yet on whether it was accidental or a deliberate attack. The first handful of survivors arrived on Manhattan this morning.
And here we are, Edison Trent.
We're here for medical. Is there anyone seriously injured?
One. Inside.
I figured out her name. It's Jennifer Hale. I just remembered. Damn it. Yeah, Jennifer Hale plays a role in this. We're going to be seeing her shortly, actually.
Make sure he lives. He owes me some credits.
Your concern is touching. We'll do everything we can. It may take a while.
Officially, the Liberty Security Force maintains there is no proof Freeport 7's destruction was deliberate.
The
Sources
Smoking
inside
Man.
the LSF say they suspect the dangerous criminal organization, the Order. We will keep you up to date as the story develops.
New objectives. Freelancer displayed for several seconds at the top of the screen. Objectives are automatically redisplayed every 3 minutes. Blah blah blah. N key, redisplay an objective. F5 or star, view objectives in player journal. Okay. So we are now in New York. This is the planet New York in the Liberty system. I believe this is New York. Anyways, if you'll notice this right here, this building here, this was the sleeper ship. This is the sleeper ship that we saw in that beginning intro. This is the Liberty that landed here, and it's been retrofitted into a building in the Capitol, and obviously all these buildings have opened up around it. And there's a couple of really cool things about this game. First thing, which I'm not really going to be taking much advantage of here, is that to this day it has a really active modding community. A lot of people are creating mods for this game, so you can get in all kinds of new cool ships and missions and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. And the other thing that I really enjoy about it too is that there's lots of different ways to play it. And for this specific playthrough, I'm going to be doing two things that are going to make it a little more interesting, hopefully. The first is you sort of advance this game through collecting money. I'm not sure if we can open it up here. See, we're currently level 0 and our worth is $500. But as we make money, our level will go up and this story will progress. And in order to make money, there's a few different things you can do. You can trade goods. We can go in here and look at the commodity trader and see some of the stuff we can do. But you can go out and mine goods from asteroids and stuff like that and sell them. You can go to a commodity trader like this and buy stuff cheap. Green indicates it's a good price, and then a good price to buy. Then take it to some other system and resell it and try and make a profit that way. Or another thing you can do is if you go into a bar, sometimes you can pick up little side missions sort of things, but they're all pretty generic. It's basically go to this point, kill a bunch of pirates, and come back. And you'll get sort of a reward for that. And with this money, you can buy ships. As you can see, there's a bunch of ships here. Obviously, we have $500, so we're not going to be buying anything new here. But what I'm actually going to be doing for this playthrough is two very specific things. One, the only way I plan to make any serious money here is not by any of the sort of standard ways. I'm not going to be doing any side missions because, I mean, they don't really advance the story and they're pretty repetitive. And I'm probably not going to be doing a whole lot of trading, at least as far as mining stuff or, you know, trading or, you know, buying and selling. What I'm going to be doing is primarily looking for derelict ships. Out in space, there's all these clouds, all these dust clouds, asteroid belts, stuff like that. And in them are lots of little hidden treasures that you can find. Little ships that have been destroyed that have weapons on them. Some of them have cargo that you can find and take in, and you can then resell that and make your money. So that's largely what I'm going to do, which adds a little extra, a little fun to the game because you get to do some exploring, and you also get a lot of cool weapons and resources and stuff like that. And the second thing I'm going to be doing is I will not be buying any ships from like these huge ship trading places like this. It's just a little too easy. And I mean, there are nice ships. You know, we got the Rhino, which is a nice freighter, the Patriot, which is a nice little light fighter, stuff like that. But what I'm planning to do on this one is go for some of the little harder to find ships, stuff like on pirate bases, stuff that's, you know, on bounty hunter planets, all kinds of crazy little ships that are a little harder to find, but a little more fun also because you're not just stopping into some store. You're going to be trying to seek them out a little bit, find a little harder to find stores. But before we get into anything, we have to go to the bar and try and find ourselves some work, because we are poor as shit. Barkeep. I'd like a Sidewinder Fang.
A Sidewinder Fang.
Played this game a lot as well.
Fine.
Her name's Jun'ko Zane. She's a tough one.
Oh, why's that?
She's LSF. All business. If it's a job you're wanting, that is. On the other hand, if you're looking for something more...
Well, the only thing I'm looking for right now is this drink.
I know you.
No, I don't think so.
The news. I saw your face on the news. You're one of the Freeport 7 survivors, aren't you?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I heard it was pretty bad out there. You know, you're lucky to be alive.
Huh.
This one's on me, friend. It's the good stuff.
Why?
Because it's not every day a man has the chance to start again, huh?
Also because I
Your
spit...
good fortune in liberty, sir.
Well, it can't get any worse. Thanks.
Something else I should probably mention is, you know, this game is 13 years old, so in order to get it running at widescreen capacity, 16 by 9 at 1920 by 1080 HD, blah 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 blah, I've had to kind of fuck around with some of the config files, which can sometimes screw up where text shows up and stuff like that. Hopefully it won't be too much of an issue in this playthrough. I think I've got it pretty much hammered out properly where everything is where it should be. But, you know, just something to be aware of. This is, like, here's the mission, the job board. You can go here and check out, but obviously I don't have a ship. at the moment. Got blown up on Freeport 7. You can also check the news.
All the news that's fit for you. This is the Colony News Service.
Jacoby, the president, Freeport 7, destroyed. Fascinating stuff. Let's go talk to Junie. Or what about Liberty Police? We can also talk to these people.
Pilot, need some help?
Hey, what you got?
It's your first time here, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, I work for the Liberty Police. We run this place. Well, just between us, I have heard a rumor.
Well, yes, I'm interested.
Fine. Here's what I heard.
Word has it that you were on Freeport 7. I talked to a Samura transport pilot the other day, and he told me that his convoy left the station only minutes before it was attacked. He said there were reports of unknown ships in the area. That's why Freeport 7 was unprotected when the attack occurred. They had sent most of their fighter protection away. I bet those ships attacked the station. Those Samura guys were lucky to get out alive. Samura is a trading company, by the way. Also, you'll have noticed when I'm talking to some of these, like, tertiary characters, their voice acting is a little off. But I promise you, all the primary characters are all very well acted.
Every little bit helps. Thank you.
Wonderful. You won't regret it.
And I'll show you right now. We'll go talk to Junie.
I understand what you're saying, but I don't have nearly enough people.
Junie,
it's FemShep.
The environment has changed. Well, with groups like the Order taking more and more liberties, indeed now threatening our profits, some in the government feel that we need to increase our patrols in these areas.
You Jun'ko Zane?
Yes?
I believe you have business to discuss.
Wait!
I will leave this matter in your capable hands.
Sorry. The bartender said you work for the Liberty Security Force.
And who do you work for, Mr.
Trent. I work for myself.
What kind of ship do you have?
I lost mine. On Freeport 7.
I see. Are you staying in Liberty long?
I've got a friend who was injured in the attack. He's in medical. I'll be staying at least until he's released.
Well, as it happens, I could use a good freelancer, Mr. Trent. I'll be in the equipment room later. You can meet me there. Oh, and if we are going to work together, call me Junie.
Yowza. Don't mind if I do. Meet Jun'ko at the equipment dealer. So you can also outfit your ships with all kinds of different weapons and shields and missiles and crazy. It's awesome. Oh, I love this game. And
hello.
We get our first ship. And it's a giant piece of shit. Oh, it's garbage. But it'll do for the moment.
Are you ready to work for the LSF, Mr. Trent?
It's just Trent. And yeah, I'm here to see what you have to offer.
Well, I found this ship for you. It's very basic, and you won't have jump access yet, but it should be good enough for now. This assignment will be easy. All you have to do is babysit a convoy of food and medical supplies. You'll be hooking up with the escort CO King. I'll tell him to expect you. That is, of course, if you're interested.
Oh, I'm interested. Escort a convoy of food and medical supplies from Fort Bush to the mining colony on planet Pittsburgh. The mission's commanding officer, Michael King, is waiting to rendezvous in space, near the Manhattan docking ramp. LSF Intel has classified this mission as low risk. Pirate attacks are considered possible. We get $2,000 for this. I'm in.
Sounds good. I'm in.
Good, better get going.
Indeed.
I'll have your ship moved immediately. All you'll have to do is go to the landing pad and launch. King will be waiting for you near the docking ring in space, okay? I'll see you when you get back.
Thanks.
Okay. Now, before I even launch, I think what I'm probably going to do, blah, 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 is go back to the equipment dealer and see if I can't afford an extra weapon to throw on this ship. Because, frankly, it's got some really wimpy guns on it right now. Let's see. What do we got? Lava Blade? We can afford a Lava Blade or a third Justice. And this game is so in-depth and complex and amazing. certain weapons are effective against different kinds of shields, and certain ones are less effective against different kinds of shields. Some are really good against hull armor, all kinds of like Justice. This is the Justice laser cannon, laser-based weapon that provides high refire rate at a reduced damage output. This weapon is most effective against positron shields and weakest against graviton shields. So what you're going to do basically is, as we play this game, we're going to learn more about what kind of shields and stuff our enemy is using at any one time. And we're going to try to adjust our weapon loadout to give us a better chance of attacking them. And we also have to be careful of stuff like energy usage per shot, because there's only a certain amount of energy you have on your ship to use for weapons. I think we're probably going to go with a lava blade just to mix it up. It's a plasma-based weapon that delivers large amounts of damage but cannot be refired quickly. This weapon is most effective against graviton shields and weakest against molecular shields. It's actually pretty simple. It sounds pretty complicated when you jump into here, but it becomes pretty easy to play, and it's a lot of fun. So, I think that's probably got us sorted. Lava blades up. We don't really have much. We got a thruster and a simple shield. We've got some nanobots and shield batteries, which repair our armor and shields. That's about it. And the controls are also really elegantly simple in this game. It takes a little getting used to. Basically, if you're sitting at your computer right now, here's what I want you to do. Put your ring finger on the tab key. Put your middle finger on W and your index finger on S. That's basically your controls for this game. There's a few more, but that's the basics of it. W is increased throttle, S is decreased throttle, and tab is your thrusters. So, I mean, that's the way I play it. There's also Z is a cool button. It cuts their engines, but maintains your momentum. But, yeah, we'll be playing around with that, and it makes for some really cool maneuvers and stuff. But it's all really simple and easy to get into and play. So, we're going to go up and meet King, who's in orbit around planet Manhattan. Yeah, it's not planet New York. The system is New York, the planet's Manhattan. There we go.
You must be Trent.
I must be.
The CO of this mission. I contacted the lead transport of the convoy. They've completed pre-launch checks and are ready to go. Should be an easy run from here to Fort Bush and then on to Pittsburgh. Ready?
It's good to meet you, King. Is that a Rhineland cruiser?
Oh,
That's the Donau, Admiral Schultzky's flagship. He's visiting Manhattan to attend a high-level meeting with President Jacoby. Keep your distance.
So each of the sleeper ships ended up in a different part of the series space, and sort of developed their own government.
You are cleared for docking point 6. Liberty welcomes you and Admiral Schultzky. Donau, be advised, we're picking up unknown contacts. Advise caution.
Understood. All escorts, power up weapons. Affirmative. Ready to engage.
Roger. Tracking incoming ships.
Unidentified ships. This is Newark Station. You are entering restricted space. Alter course at once or we will open fire.
You cannot interfere. We're here to protect the President. Schultzky's a traitor.
Red alert. The Donau is hit. Launch all rescue and defensive units. All other fighters engage enemy ships.
All escorts open fire.
No!
Oh my god.
So we have to take on these ships before we get destroyed. Basic combat, basic self-combat. Ship movement control, free flight. Hold down left mouse button and use your mouse in one direction if you want to turn. Blah blah blah. Mouse flight, spacebar. Blah blah blah. Ship speed. W to accelerate your ship. S to decelerate. Tab key held down activates burners. Combat control. Right click of mouse fires your weapons. Left mouse click on target to select it. R key selects closest hostile target.
Damn it! They blew up the Donau! Newark, this is LSF Patrol
Die.
Gamma 6. Engaging enemy.
Confirmed, Gamma 6.
And that little electrical burst there was a tractor beam.
Trent, we can't let them get away. Engage the enemy.
tractor beam will pull in any kind of debris that gets knocked off the ships as we're fighting.
Reinforcements! Interceptors are en route. The Colorado and its escort are inbound. Bogey, dropping the hammer. Contact is down. I'm getting hit pretty hard.
Come back here. Adrian Carlson of the Order. Live and die. I have a mission to complete here.
That was the last one,
Is that it? All done. Targeting, loot, and mining. Tractoring loot. I gotta learn to read, apparently. When objects are destroyed, you can often salvage items from the wreckage. Tractoring. B, or the chest icon, which is like up here, I think. To the right of speed indicator, collect all nearby loot. Shift B, tractor selected. Looting tips. Commodity loot can be sold on planets and bases for profit. Weapons and equipment can only mounted on ships when you are landed on a base. In mineable zones, shoot the small floating asteroids to find valuable commodities. In remote locations, shoot abandoned vessels to obtain rare items, which is exactly what we are going to be doing as soon as we get sort of released from this mission.
Radar is clear. SAR, report. Did you pick up any survivors?
Negative, Newark. We're continuing our sweep.
To all utility ships in the area, scan for survivors. All other vessels, return to normal duty, but stay alert.
Oh boy.
Trent, there's nothing more we can do here. The transports are waiting at Fort Bush.
Wow.
I've uploaded a waypoint to your neural net. Just fly toward it.
So there's sort of flagged waypoint. Destinations are marked with waypoints. A waypoint appears with purple diamond on your ship's HUD, and also shown your contact list under the important filter. If the waypoint is off screen, the purple diamond will appear at the edge of the screen. Turn that direction to get on screen. Point your ship toward a waypoint and fly towards it.
Acknowledged, SAR. Return to base.
So there's like 3 modes of flight. There's just basic throttle, which is what we're doing now.
How did they get this close to Manhattan without being detected?
There's also thrusters.
First Freeport 7.
Like this.
Now this. It's getting out of control.
And then we've also got cruise engines, which are much faster, but you have to charge them up. And you can't fight while you're in cruise. You go much faster like this, but one of my favorite tricks is once you're in cruise, just cut your engines. And look how fast we're going. We're still going 257. We can turn our ship around. We can fire. It's a really cool little trick. And this right here is a trade lane, which is like the it's like the highways in space. It
right,
takes you much faster
lane.
Between planets.
Engaging activation sequence. Trent, you go first.
So there's trade lanes. Dock with the trade lane. Make sure your waypointed trade lane ring is selected and dock maneuver. Blah blah blah. When selected, the ring's distance. Select ring. Blah 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 blah. Click on dock maneuver. Got it. So we've got these trade lanes, which takes us between planets, and there's another thing called a jump gate, which we won't see for a little while yet, which takes us in between systems. It makes you go even faster.
Activation sequence completed. Lane jump initiated.
And there's also jump holes, which are natural forming holes in space.
This is one of the major arteries through Manhattan space. We're only taking it as far as Fort Bush. If we kept going, we'd reach the jump gate to the Colorado system.
See? If we wanted to, we could go from New York to Colorado.
Transport leader, this is LSF Patrol Gamma 6. We're here to escort you to Pittsburgh, over.
Roger, Gamma 6, this is the USV Brant. Pre-launch checks have been completed.
Trent, take up a position near the transport. Use the formation maneuver to link up with the convoy.
Now these up here are your different maneuvers and stuff.
Leader, all ships are in position and we show green status.
This is free flight, lets you fly freely.
We heard the news about Schultzky. What happened?
Go to.
The planetary defense grid was offline and the order managed to break through. They took out the Donau with their first missile salvo. We never had a chance to stop them. Looked like the order was determined to keep Schultzky from meeting the president. Hard to believe that this could happen. We better get going.
Let's hope for the best. Several convoys have come under attack in recent weeks. The rogue problem has gotten out of control in this area.
Don't worry, that's why we're here.
Activation sequence completed. Lane jump
So
initiated.
we got free flight go to, which is like your flight computer dock, which allows you to dock with stuff, and right now we're in formation flight, which
Looking good so far.
ties in your automatic flight with another ship.
Trade lane disruption detected.
Ah!
Formation cross.
We're being attacked by rogues. We've just experienced a trade lane attack. While fighting enemy ships, you ship may take damage. F to recover shields, G to recover hull damage.
Damn it! Trent, get your weapons ready. This could get rough. There! Rogues! Trent, break and attack. We've got to keep them away until the trade lane comes back up.
Now those big ships we were flying with are transports. They transport commodities and stuff, and at a certain point in this game, I won't go too far into it, but we will kind of be in a position where we can go pirate. And when that happens, we'll be doing what these pirates are doing right now. Basically, we'll be in a position where we can take down trade lanes and hunt other ships and take down cargo and stuff. It's gonna be awesome. But for now, we're working with the good guys. Man, these guys aren't dropping any loot. Ryan Norbury, they're done. And this little cross is sort of, it's a targeting reticle thing. You aim at that and it'll help you lead your target. So.
Last one. We better get out of here before more of them show up.
There we go. We got some gear off of that.
Couldn't agree more. The trade lane is back up. Let's... Wait!
Get back in formation.
Radar shows new targets. Gamma 6, we have to make a run for it.
Where are
We'll cover you. This is gonna be close, but I think we can make it without another fight. Everybody stay on course. Trent, do not engage the pirates. We have to get the convoy out of here.
You got it, pal. I love flying through these, like, debris fields, even better ice fields and stuff like that. It's always, like, hauntingly beautiful to fly through these. And we'll be seeing some before too long. That over there is a giant debris field. You can tell by looking at it, by the color and stuff. We'll be seeing some later. And here we are, at Pittsburgh.
We made it! Everybody in one piece?
Barely. That was close. Thanks for getting us here in one piece, Gamma 6. We almost didn't make it.
A situation we're soon to fix. The rogues were better equipped than we expected, but we got what we came for. Thanks for playing the bait.
Now it's your turn to reel him in, King. We're gonna unload our cargo. Remember our bargain.
I'm transferring the payment to your neural net account.
Understood. Transport leader out.
Hey, King, what's going on? You'll see soon enough. Go ahead and land on Pittsburgh. I'll meet you on the surface.
So that inventory screen you just saw with pharmaceuticals and stuff was the inventory of the USV Brant. I just scanned them to see what their inventory was, what their cargo was. But with that done, we're gonna land on Pittsburgh. See, we can come down here, look at the Eugene Art, and have a look. They are not carrying anything at the moment. We've got a few lifter turrets equipped. That's about it. Not that interesting. But we can locate this docking port here and activate our docking mechanism. Congratulations, you advanced to Pilot 1. New status allows you to purchase advanced equipment and ships that are appropriate to this level. In addition, you are now allowed to take on more difficult and profitable missions that require advanced pilot skills.
Acknowledged. Your request to land is granted. Proceed to land.
So this is the only way to dock and land on planets is through docking rings.
You'll find Pittsburgh to be remarkably unexciting, Trent. That's the mining operation. Not much to look at. A lot of rocks, smoke, and fire. But what it lacks in class, it more than makes up for in cheap drinks. Set your ship down on one of the landing pads over there.
Nice job, Trent. Now I believe I owe you some credits.
Hey, it's Mr. Clean.
Did you know it was gonna get hot out there?
We're not done yet. We're just waiting for the others.
What others?
We've suspected for some time now that the Order has had ties to organized crime and Liberty. They may even be hiding a secret base. I think we're onto something here, and I've called for backup. We could really use you out there, Trent.
All right, but this had better be worth it.
It will be. I promise you. Trent, now that you have a little scratch, I'd look into outfitting that pile of junk you're flying. Try the equipment dealer over there. He always has good deals. I'll see you in space.
Alright. So the first half of our mission is done. Next part we're going to be heading out with King, or Mr. Clean, whoever he is, to try and find a secret base. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to have to go up there and find it. But I think we will save that for next time. That's about it for this episode of Night in Games. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, pass the word, tell your friends, you know, post links everywhere. That'd be sweet. And I hope to see you next time when this stuff is going to get really cool. So, until then, good night, sweet internets.